With timeline and what we could see severe storm wise. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but let's get you out the door here this morning. Some showers off towards our west, and they should stay off towards our west until this afternoon and this evening, where we could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. This morning, though, we are stepping out to mainly dry conditions, just a few spotty showers here and there from Lawrence towards southern Greenville County. Otherwise, it is mild, it's a little muggy out there. No more 50s, no more cool start here on this Thursday. Mid 60s to upper 60s across the entire area. A whole lot of cloud cover today too. So warming eventually to those 70s. I would say about 9-10 o'clock cloud cover is still really weather day tomorrow. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Katherine N talking about isolated severe storms, scattered storms in general, but we're going to see a good chance of strong to severe storms coming tomorrow afternoon, damaging winds and hail. Those are your number 1 and number 2 threats, as well as some heavy rain. We could see a low-end tornado risk, which we'll talk about too. But let's get you out the door here this morning and talk about your Thursday. Upper 60s around 8 o'clock this morning. A lot of cloud cover, so keeping us mild and tamed. 74 to 73 by the afternoon, evening. So that cloud cover keeping us in the 70s, I think, for most of the day time frame. Showing majority of the day is going to be dry, but we do have a chance of some isolated showers here and there. Specifically, again, afternoon and evening picking up from about 3 to 6 towards the mountains, and then the upstate about 6 to midnight. Just an afternoon rain chance. Very isolated, not looking at a severe threat today. Now that changes for tomorrow. This is why we do have a First Alert weather day in place for your Friday. So let's take a look at the timeline. I will say this looks pretty good, and I think that we're going to end up keeping this when it comes to when we really see these storms start to form. Tomorrow morning, likely stepping out to dry conditions, a little break of the sunshine and cloud cover here coming on out. At least the sunshine will by about 10-11, and that's when we start to see that first line of storms coming in from Tennessee, coming into the mountains, western North Carolina, about 11 to noon. So lunchtime, this is when we'll finally get them to cross then over the I-85 corridor. About 1 to 3, you can see picking up with that line looking a little bit more substantial around 2-3 o'clock over Greenville towards Anderson, Pickens and Oconee County. Now looking a little bit drier with this spreading off towards the south and southeast from about 3 to 4 o'clock. Then we are done with that severe threat. What the severe threat is, well, it's going to be a little bit higher in areas of the orange, which is actually cutting into the upstate. Again, mainly over the I-85 corridor, just a little bit north of this. Scattered to isolated severe storms, damaging winds and isolated hail being those threats. And we'll talk more about what you could see starting off with cloud cover in the 60s this morning. So you don't need that jacket.
Well, here now with that timing.
Yeah, today not so bad. Now tomorrow we do have strong storms here coming for us. So we do have strong to severe potential even into your Friday afternoon and evening, which we'll talk about. But getting out the door here this morning, it's mild at least. It's a little muggy out there. Cloud cover doing that for us, keeping us mainly dry here this morning. We've seen just a few sprinkles to very little isolated showers on radar from Spartanburg down towards into Gaffney, Union, Newberry, and Greenwood. But most of us stepping out to dry conditions. Again, the 60s, so about 10 degrees warmer than what we had yesterday in those 50s. 66 in Hendersonville, 68 into Greenville, 66 into 60. Everyone, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Katherine N. We do have a first alert today in place tomorrow. Damaging winds and hail is really going to be those number 1 and number 2 threats for the severe storms that we have coming in mainly mid to late afternoon. So this is going to be our good timeline that we really have already set in place for us with this threat increasing and really holding well when it comes to the chance of the storms during this time frame again tomorrow. So today we're not looking at severe or strong storms, but this line comes in tomorrow mid to late morning, and you can see coming in from the northwest, that Tennessee border, crossing the border around 10-11 o'clock into the mountains. This line likely holding together and bringing that threat with it from about the afternoon time frame, noon to 2, starting to see the rain at least build into the upstate and storms to come with it from 1 to 3 crossing the I-85 corridor, and then from Anderson 26 Lawrence area into northeastern Georgia from about 3 to 5 before we just get some spotty showers in the mountains after that and no longer have a threat after 5 p.m. for strong to severe storms with these threats here in place. Damaging winds, heavy rain, isolated hail, even a tornado risk. So we can't rule out maybe a quick little spin up here and there from Lawrence towards Newberry. It's going to be these areas in that lighter green that you can see into Gaffney and Union down towards Greenwood. This cold front doing, at least bringing the chance this morning. A whole lot of cloud cover with showers well off towards our west, and we've seen some sprinkle on in throughout the morning, mainly off towards the south and northeastern Georgia, but expect maybe just a few, some light showers you can see really building into Newberry County at this point. Most of us just stepping out to cloud cover, mild muggy conditions as mentioned, so no 50s this morning like we had the past couple of days. We're actually already in those mid to upper 60s. 68 in Greenville, 64 in Spartanburg, a little bit cooler there, 67 in Hendersonville, 62 in Brevard. Many of us around that 66 to 68 degree mark here across the upstate. Cloud cover is going to be out there today, you guys. Not going to be the most beautiful sunshiny day, but that's really saving for the weekend. We're saving for your Friday, I will say too. So strong to severe storms coming on in. That potential is going to be there with all threats really on the table. When we talk about spin-ups though, some areas could see a higher risk than others. All of us though getting that chance for strong to damaging winds out there again for that Friday, and even isolated hail. This morning off to a mild muggy start. We're mainly staying dry. We have like one shower here that's really coming on down into Spartanburg County. It's going to be closer to Pauline, but the rest of this, that very light clutter out there that is not actually reaching the surface. It's just that one shower south of Roebuck into Pauline. Otherwise, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. So again, mild and muggy if you're taking the dog outside. Don't need the rain gear this morning. It is a change of pace from the last couple of mornings. A little bit warmer and drier too. But that cloud cover is sticking around despite it. Still getting to the 70s by 10. Mid to upper 70s for most of us. Meteorologist Katherine N. First alert weather day tomorrow afternoon to early evening. That's when we have the best shot of seeing some damaging wind and hail possible with these severe storms that will be coming on through most likely. Strong to severe with a pretty good threat that has increased as of yesterday across the entire area. We're going to show you exactly where to be coming up. That's going to be in about 5 minutes or so, maybe less than that too. So stay with us as we go on throughout the next, couple of hours here. We are dry today. Zooming into later on tonight, we are looking at isolated showers, but tomorrow morning, this is when that threat starts for the first alert. It's going to be really about 10 to 11, so late morning for the mountains. This line of storms coming in from the very northwest, moving in towards the mountains from Asheville towards Hendersonville, picking up some moderate to heavy downpours and that strong to severe storm potential with this line coming across the I-85 corridor from about 1 to 3 o'clock, building towards the southeast from 3 to 5 from Greenville south towards Lawrence and Greenwood, and then just spotty showers after that. So by 5 p.m. tomorrow, we're looking much drier with these threats finally out of the way at that point. Damaging winds and heavy rain, isolated hail, those are all pretty equal in what we could see anywhere across the entire area from the mountains towards the upstate. Tornado risk is there, maybe 1 or 2 spin-ups in areas towards the southeast from Lawrence, Greenwood, Newberry, areas like Gaffney and Union. Otherwise, it's this cold front that's going to bring those showers and storms, but it's also going to bring a nice dip of humidity for us after we at least get through Friday. So going from muggy